going to start a new project in writing. It's called an invention project. So we're not actually going to be like building an invention, but we're going to be brainstorming an invention, like coming up with one and discussing it, not discussing it, but like explaining it, pretending like we're really making it and trying to like sell it. So let's start in baby steps. And let me explain what the assignment is for today, and then we'll kind of build on that each day. So it is so important that you do every single writing lesson and that you don't skip one. And if I ask you to like brainstorm something, that you don't skip that, because if you skip it, then the next day when you're supposed to use that and build on it, you can't do that and you're going to get behind. So don't get yourself behind. So, all right, what we're going to do today is we're going to brainstorm a list of problems that you or someone in your family might have, because that's what we're going to use for our invention. So we're going to think of a problem, and then later we're going to think of something that we could build or make that would fix it. Remember, we're not actually going to build it or make it, we're just thinking of something. All right, so you're going to need either your writing notebook, whatever you've been using for writing, or a piece of paper to brainstorm. So I'm going to my writing notebook. I'm going to go to the next empty page. Okay, so I just went to the next blank page in my notebook, and I'm going to write, I need to title this. So even if you're not using a notebook, if you're just using a piece of paper, I still want you to put a title on it. So you're going to start with the date, which is 1-11-21. Was that the first time you've written 21? All right, so write the date, and then you're going to draw like a line right down the middle. We're going to make this kind of like a chart. You're going to draw a line straight down the middle. And on this side, we're going to write problems. So go ahead and write, if you need to pause it, write problems. And we're going to make it kind of like a T-chart. So we're going to do this. We're not going to use this side, so we don't even need to label it. We'll use that side tomorrow. So we will use it, just not today. So we're going to put problems. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to brainstorm. Come up with a list of several problems that either you or someone in your family might have. Maybe they currently have these problems. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate. So a problem that I have, or maybe somebody in my family, I know a problem that Vaughn has is he has trouble sometimes buckling his seatbelt in the car, like across his car seat. And sometimes I have to get out and help him. So I'm going to write for my problem. The first problem I'm writing, so number 1 is Vaughn has trouble buckling his seatbelt. All right, so that's one problem. Once you have that problem down, what I want you to do, give a couple lines. Even if you wrote it in one line, your other side might need more lines. So give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 lines, and then draw a line going across. This is going to separate the first problem from the next problem. And then brainstorm another problem. So you're going to sit and kind of think. Now, I don't have another problem right off the top of my head, so I'm going to need to kind of sit back and think a little bit. I'm going to pause it, and I'll come back when I think of another problem that either myself or someone in my family or a friend has. Okay, I thought of another one. I was looking at my dog, and it made me think, oh, I know a problem that we have with my dog is that sometimes she comes in from outside and her feet are just so muddy, and they're really hard to clean. Like just wiping them off, she needs more than that. So that's a problem. I'm not trying to think of how to fix it. I'm just thinking of the problem. So Zola gets muddy feet a lot in the winter. Okay, so I want you to try to come up with maybe like 4 problems. A line across. I may need to move on and use the other side of my paper. If you want to come up with more than 4 problems, that's fine, but I think at least 4 problems, because when we do the next part, some of your problems you might decide you don't really like those ones and you don't want to use them for the project. All right, so come up with 4 different problems, record them on a piece of paper, and then save that because we're going to need to do something with it tomorrow. Okay, get brainstorming.